I'm excited about this. Sleep Token released another song, Damocles. Let's get into it.
Well, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days. If only Damocles would hit me back. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. And it feels like falling into the sea from outer space in seconds to me. And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony.
We're gonna go over this twice, okay?
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Okay. Vessel.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game.
As you're killing the game.
No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same. And it feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way up over the peaks. And I play discordant days on repeat until the tape runs out on me. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. Nobody told me I'd be begging for relief when what is silent to you feels like it's screaming to me.
Wow.
Well, nobody told me I'd get tired of myself when it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Come on, two. Oh. Nice soft. Wow, dude, this is awesome. Okay, excuse me just one second. I need to see who the heck Damocles is. Just briefly, okay? All right, according to this, the story of Damocles was a courtier in the court of Dionysus. One day, Damocles remarked how fortunate Dionysus must be to live in luxury. Dionysus offered to switch places for a day during the lavish banquet. However, Dionysus arranged for a sharp sword to be suspended directly above Damocles' head, held by a single horsehair. Though surrounded by luxury, Damocles was paralyzed by fear of the sword falling. Realizing the constant danger and burden that comes with power and fortune, he begged to switch back. The sword of Damocles has since become a symbol of the unseen, ever-present dangers that accompany great fortune, power, and responsibility. Wow. Okay, we're gonna listen to it again. This time we're gonna pay close attention to these lyrics.
Well, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days. If only Damocles would hit me back.
He's waking up under blades, so he switched with Damocles, I guess. But blossom days, like you think of blossoms as something beautiful, but then waking up to blades, imagine that sword hanging over your head.
No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black.
Okay, I didn't understand that phrase. So if somebody can explain that in the comments, I'd appreciate that
And
very
it
much.
feels like falling into the sea from outer space in seconds to me.
I like how it's building up now. You have more in the piano. His voice just went up a little bit here. And now he's talking about it feels like falling into the sea. As if falling into the sea wasn't scary enough, right? Because the sea is vast. As if that weren't enough. Dropped from outer space. Is he saying he's out in outer space enjoying a view that not many of us get to see? And now he's falling, experiencing the fame from that high. That moment in space just feels like seconds to him.
And I play discordant days on repeat.
I play discordant days on repeat. Don't we do that? We play the terrible days, the bad days, those bad moments. We just replay them over and over and over in our head.
Until they look like harmony.
I play discordant days in my head until they look like harmony. So discordant, right? You have a chord that just feels off somehow, but it keeps playing them until it sounds beautiful. Am I reading too much into it?
When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom?
Dude, it just goes right into it. Now it's picking up pace. Now we're starting to jog here, if you will. Right? The river, for many, is a source of life. We go to the river. That's where we gather water for our crops, water to drink, water for our animals. But when it runs dry and the curtain is called, right? It's curtain time. It's time to go and play and perform. He's saying, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Why? What does this mean? How will I know if I can't see the bottom?
Will I know if I can't see the bottom?
So if the curtain is called, how would he know if he can't see the bottom? He's still high, or is he up in there?
Up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem.
This is the part that broke my heart. I come up for air and I choke on it all. Usually when you come up for air is to find relief because you're drowning in something. But he goes from drowning to come up for air to only to choke. It doesn't matter what he does. He can't seem to get enough air. And he says, no one else knows that I've got a problem.
What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone?
What if I can't stand up and stand tall? And what if the diamond days are all gone? This is the thing that a lot of people fear when they're hitting high levels. They're afraid of hitting that dip, that dreaded dip, that moment that challenges you, that tests you, and whether or not you're going to push forward and push through and then eventually get to that even higher plane, or if that's going to be the end of it. And rightfully so, Vessel is afraid of the failure and the success.
And who will I be when the empire falls?
Geez, there's so much here to unpack, and I'm pretty sure that I'm missing some of this with some of these terms that I'm not familiar with. Who will I be when the empire falls? He has got this gigantic empire, and he knows who he is. He is the one telling the stories, moving people, creating all these beautiful memories with people. But when that empire falls, who's he going to be? So there's an identity crisis again.
Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten. Jeez. Really quick story. And you can skip through this part if you like, but really quick story. I have another channel, and that channel has over 140 something thousand subscribers. And that channel just grew and grew and grew during the pandemic. Unfortunately, I was listening to music that I wasn't familiar with. I was exploring new music. It was Christian music. And I feel like everybody wanted me to be Christian. They're like, oh man, be one of us, be one of us, be one of us. And then when I finally let my guard down, I started to lose people. It was almost as if they were like, come on, join us, join us, join us. And then as soon as I said, you know what, I'm considering it, they're like, yeah. Forgot about the channel. The channel's views just plummeted. And I had this feeling of who the heck am I going to be if this fails, if this empire falls? Who am I going to be? I'm still discovering that. And that's exactly why this channel got started, because I wanted to explore the music that I love. Metal. I love metal. I love rock, which has been just an amazing journey, especially with Sleep Token. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to have you here with me. Let's continue. I thought it was going to drop here for sure, but I love this. I love this.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game.
Speaking of Greek gods, he's got the Midas touch, man. Everything he touches is gold. So for him to be like, I know these chords are boring, it just shows how much self-doubt Vessel is experiencing at this moment. He thinks this is boring. This is not boring at all. I love those nice clean chords that we're playing. And then he comes in with this beautiful little melody.
No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same.
He's still continuing with this theme of opposing worlds and finding balance between the two opposing worlds.
It feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way up over the peaks. Now play this chord.
That chord. I'll play this chord. And I wish I knew enough about chords. I know about music, but I don't know much about how chords are constructed. I really need to start studying all that, but I could pick it up.
Now play this chord.
It's like a nostalgic chord. Da 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 da. There's a note in there that shouldn't. It feels like it shouldn't be there. It does belong there, but it feels like it shouldn't be there.
Days on repeat until the tape runs out on me. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can get up?
Two is just magical here. Two is his anger voice speaking in the background, because he could have screamed this. Screamed it at this. He could have screamed it at this. It's almost like here he's putting up a front. He's like, yeah, when the river runs dry and the curtain is called, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? But in the background, he's like, when the river runs dry, it's magical. Clean it is still. I love how clean it is still, regardless of how heavy and in your face it is and multi-layered. There's still a cleanliness to it, almost like emotionally he still has it under control. He might be depressed here, but he's got it under control, probably because he's questioning it. Nobody told me I would be begging for relief when what is silent to you feels like screaming to me. Have you ever had days like that where everything is noise to you? You almost rather be somewhere noisy when silence is noisy. I don't know how many of you understand that, but... dramatic pauses and then attack. You see? From outside, hey, we're enjoying ourselves, we're famous, we're getting bigger, gaining recognition and all that. It looks like heaven, but inside, it feels like hell. This is the whole sword over his head. It all looks great because I have all these luxuries around me, but you don't see the sword that's always hanging over my head. And I'm just waiting for that horsehair to have too much weight on it, and it just snaps. And the moment it snaps, I'm done for. Beautiful little space. Space and angelic. You got those ahs in the background. Beautiful.
How will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Dragging the beat. 2, amazing, man. Drags the beat to give us some space, and then in between he's expressing, this is how I fucking feel right now, and then boom.
Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Oh. The different phases of grief, anger, and then like sort of like this weird dragging pain. I said it in the previous video. This is like Vessel's journal. He's letting us in on how he's feeling, and we're very lucky. I know that he's going through a shit time right now, and I'm with him. Are you with him? We're with him in this journey, and it sucks that he's feeling this, but it's beautiful that he's sharing what he's feeling, and that we're getting to see Vessel, the artist, at play here, or at work. The one that isn't just giving us the music that we want to hear. He's giving us his soul here, and we want that. We want his soul. We want him to be completely honest with us so that whatever it is that he's feeling, we can feel that with him so that he's not alone. I was not expecting a slow song like this, but I'm glad that there was this beautiful balance of heavy and slow and raw emotion and beautiful analogy in this song, showing Vessel the poet and hearing the vulnerable side of Vessel. Fantastic work, man. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next adventure. Peace. Bye-bye.